Hi there, my name is Jason Ayers. I'm running for the Toronto Firefighters Association West Command Rep on our executive. I just want to go over some of the things I bring to the table. I'm out campaigning today, but I'm almost finished my campaigning. I've hit almost every station, but some people are off on vacation or lieu days, so I wanted to make a quick short video so those members can hear the message. I've been on the job 22 years. Most of that's been in West Command. I spent 4 or 5 years at 445, 10 years at 434. Then a few years before I got my acting captain spot, I went to South Command and I worked at 315, 332, and 325. Then I got my acting captain spot. It was in Scarborough at 225, and I stayed there for 2 years. About a year ago, I put back in for West Command and Station 435 on A shift, and that's where I am now. I'm 284 on the list, so I'm another 3 or 4 years away from getting my captain spot, and I plan on staying in West Command. Having worked in multiple commands, I think is a huge asset because when you get elected by the command, but then you're put on the committees that are representing the entire city. So if something happens in South Command or East Command, I'm going to understand the issue a lot better than the candidates I'm running against that have only worked in West Command. They won't understand the issues as much as I will. Even though we've been amalgamated for 20 years, each command runs differently, and unless you've worked in the command, you're not going to understand the issues that are involved. I'll go over some of the union experience that I have. Prior to getting on the job, I went to the University of Toronto and I studied industrial relations. Industrial relations is the study of union management relations. I've taken 6 full-time courses at the university level in industrial relations. I've taken courses in collective bargaining, grievances, arbitration, the history of work and occupations, and how the labor movement got started. Very few of our executive officers have a formal education in industrial relations, so I think this is a huge asset that I bring to the table. As soon as I got hired on the job, I started helping out at union events, charity events, public relations events. My brother was on the executive at the time, so he was getting me out and getting me involved in all the activities. About 16 years ago, Scott Marks, who was the president at the time, said, "Jason, you're coming to all the union events anyway, you might as well become a steward." So I became a steward 16 years ago, and now I'm the longest serving steward, or definitely one of the longest serving stewards that we have on the committee. In the last 16 years, I've missed very few general meetings and very few stewards meetings, so I understand a lot of the issues that we've had over the years, and I think it's prepared me to be on the executive. A huge part of being a steward is educational, so at every stewards meeting, we'll talk about, half the meeting we'll talk about what's going on at the time and the issues, and the other half of the meeting will be educational, where they'll bring speakers in to educate the stewards. So over the years, I've had members, executive members from the IFF come in and talk to me. I've had the OPFFA president a number of times. Politicians have come in and talked to us, done presentations. All the committees have come in and talked to us, the EAP program, the WSIB program, the grievance program. So I've learned quite a bit being a steward. The union has invested a lot of time and money into my education, and now I want to use that knowledge to help you guys out. Thank you very much, guys. One more thing I'd like to mention is that even though I've been on 22 years, and for a lot of people that's a long time, I'm still the junior most member that's running for this position. I think I have the most qualifications and the most union experience, but I'm still the most junior on the job. The other candidates that I'm running against are going to be retiring soon, so anything that they learn in the next 2 years being on the executive, they're going to take with them into retirement. Whereas everything that I learn in the next 2 years, I'm going to be able to help you guys out for the next 10 years. If I continue with the executive and if I like it. So the ballots go out May 14th, and I want you guys to seriously consider voting for me. I'll work hard for you guys, and you won't regret it. Thank you very much for your time, and don't forget to vote.